Scheer. Thank you for having me back.
And I'm Jay-Z.
Yeah, she is Jay-Z. That's how good Jay-Z is. Today on the show, my fellow league co-star Nick Kroll will be here. He has a brand new sketch comedy show coming out on Comedy Central. You gotta check that out.
And Joel Lynch and Adam Green from Holliston are coming in as well. But to start things off, the new trailer for Man of Steel is out.
This is cool.
And we are going to give you a little taste.
I'm so excited to see this. I've been waiting for it all year. This is exciting. Superman fun. Let's do it. All right.
The world's too big, Mom.
Then make it small. Focus on my voice. Pretend it's an island out in the ocean. Can you see it?
I see it.
My son was in the bus. He saw what Clark did.
You have to keep this side of yourself a secret.
What was I supposed to do? Just let him die?
Maybe. I have so many questions. Where do I come from? You just have to decide what kind of man you want to grow up to be, Clark. Whoever that man is, he's going to change the world.
My father believed that if the world found out who I really was, they'd reject me. He was convinced that the world wasn't ready. What do you think?
Why does Superman look so sad?
I know, but I'm kind of depressed.
Yeah, like, what was it, the ability to mope in a single bound? It's like the Man of Tears, not the Man of Steel. I mean, in the Enya soundtrack. And then that whole sequence is like, what is this, a sequel to the Sweet Hereafter in the school bus with the kids? His dad tells him, you should have let those kids die.
How do you let kids die? You're Superman.
Yeah, this is not the Superman I want to see. I mean, I would like to see Superman kill children, don't get me wrong. But this one
That's
is
a totally
too
different
sad.
movie.
Yeah, I would like to see
That's
it.
a different movie. All right, there you have it. Time now to run down the top things on the web.
That's right. Guess what? We're going around the net. ATN, 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 ATN. Candace,
Yeah.
what is up first?
Proof that man maybe shouldn't try to soar with eagles.
Ooh. That is actually not a hang gliding video. That is just a setup for a new extreme sport where you pick gravel out of your face.
Oh yeah, I've heard
Very
about
extreme,
that one.
very extreme.
Have you ever done that before?
You know, I actually did a little paragliding one time, and it was in
You
tandem.
did?
Yes, it was very exciting.
In tandem, so you had someone strapped to your back?
Yes, and he was videotaping me.
Okay.
And he was like, let's make it fun. Let's have a good time with it. I was like, all right, sure.
Is this a video for you or for him?
I think it's for me, but I think it was for him to make fun of me because he made me look like a total idiot.
What did you do?
He was like, look up, then look down, and then look up like you're scared. So I'm like, This is the dumbest thing. I made like Jim Carrey look subtle in this video. Now I have this video that I can't show anyone because I just look like an idiot. I'm like, the dumbest
You're
thing.
dancing up there.
It was terrible. $70 wasted.
Does he have a copy?
Yeah, but I'm sure he has a copy. He shows it to all his friends. He's like, look, this is the guest co-host of ATOS.
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 ALTS.
I'm changing it. Attack the of the show.
Up next, a very unique self-defense method.
When you headbutt somebody, they don't survive that. You can punch somebody in the face, that's gonna piss them off. You headbutt somebody, they're going down. There's no more vicious tool than an elbow. And the thing about an elbow or a headbutt is you can do it until you're 80 years old. So these are tools that we can use whether we're sick, tired, hungover, I don't care.
I can just see Grandpa headbutting someone.
Sick, tired, hungover. You know, this is actually great training for when I come in contact with some very aggressive street cantaloupes.
What? There's no such thing as street cantaloupe.
What did you say? You got a problem, S.A.?
No, sir, no problem. We were just making a joke, right, Candace?
Come on, it's a cantaloupe.
Shut up, Candace.
You heard him, chica. You better shut it before I cut it.
Excuse me?
Candace, please. Okay, look, we're just trying to do a show here. I know, I did, but we're not trying to make any trouble, brother, okay?
Then don't mess with me, S.A. I would slice you into cubes and feed you to my abuelito, Holmes.
Hey, we're not messing with you, okay? No messing here, okay? Candace, just do not make eye contact with him and just...
Don't make eye contact. It's a cantaloupe. It doesn't have eyes.
Yeah, but it's got one of those crazy tattoos where his eyes would be. It's a teardrop.
true.
Don't make me come over there.
Just go on to the next video. Go on to the next video.
Fine. There's a dark side to walking the red carpet, as one correspondent for Film on TV is about to find out.
So we're here with Alki and Jennifer David, of course, the owners of 90210 Go, and of course Have Faith, and Film On, and many, many other companies. Good to have you here.
Thank you so much.
You look beautiful, Nishka.
Well, I'm a little bit chilly, Jen.
That's okay.
Alki, I don't want to put my mouth on that now. That's absolutely disgusting.
Yeah, that is exactly what it sounds like when you interview an a-hole. Is it just me, or did that fart actually make him more likable?
It did. You know, that was a red carpet, but now it's a brown carpet.
Boom! Yeah! Bam!
Our jokes are always funny. Yesterday, we told you about the IKEA monkey, and today we have his most memorable image paired with Kansas's ode to mortality, Dust in the Wind.
All my dreams pass before my eyes, a curiosity, dust in the wind. All they are is dust in the wind.
Yes. What an adorable IKEA monkey, but I gotta tell you, they are really hard to assemble.
Assemble, it's a monkey. What are you talking about?
No, Candace, it is a jort blot. I actually got one the last time I was at IKEA. I got that with my bookcase, yeah. You have to use a special wrench and everything. There it is. You screw it in.
Monkey wrench?
No, it's not a monkey wrench. Don't be racist.
Womp womp. And finally, family fun.
Ooh.
Get back up there.
Yeah, please, and don't worry, everybody. She's dead.
Yeah, she died.
I think I can guess what Santa's putting in her stocking.
What?
Handicap plates. And that is it for ATN. Still ahead, Holliston creators Joe Lynch and Adam Green. They come by to explain how to make a sitcom that's also a horror film.
Don't go anywhere. This portion of Attack of the Show is brought to you by Honda Power Sports. For great deals on gifts that go, it's go time at your Honda dealer.
Holliston's Adam Green doesn't believe in Santa Claus, and he's not afraid to tell Joe Lynch what's what.
Well, because when I was a kid, one of the first things my parents did is explain to me that there's no such thing as Santa Claus. You know, so that I wouldn't feel bad that he was skipping our house every year. But then I'd have to go to school, and all my little Gentile friends would be like, oh, Santa Claus is coming. And I would just sit back and laugh at this stupid morons.
And that's why. Go on, tell her.
And that's why Jewish people are smarter than everybody else. It all starts with the fact that there's no such thing as Santa Claus. Ow! What was that for?
Just getting you ready for the pain you'll feel when you burn in hell.
All right, please welcome the stars of Holliston, Joe Lynch and Adam Green. So this show, if you haven't seen it, it's awesome. So basically it's a horror sitcom, right? I mean, that's how you would describe it. It's like traditional multi-camera, sitcom with like a laugh track and everything, but then there are huge horror elements in it. Oh, someone's coming in like that. Look at that. Sneaky move. You got the mic. You guys are gonna start emceeing now.
Yeah, it's basically like Friends for horror fans. It's like a traditional sitcom, except occasionally people get stabbed in the face. So.
Now, do people die on your show? Do they come back like Kenny? Like what? Like when someone dies on your show, are they dead?
No, people get like mortally wounded all the time.
Okay.
Actually, the opening of season 2, I think pretty much all 4 of us in the main cast get like wiped out. But then we're fine once you come back from commercial. That's all you need is a commercial break.
And then it's like you got a clean slate.
Yes.
But here's my question. You guys are horror directors, but you're stars of this show playing directors who want to direct horror movies, right?
Yes.
So how do you get into that? How do you go from being directors to actors who want to be directors?
Well, I mean, both of us have always been acting. I think just to be a director, you have to know how to act in order to how to talk to the actors and stuff.
Yeah.
And Joe and I had done some short films called The Road to Fright Fest for this festival in the UK, and that was really sort of what started getting us interest in doing a show where we would actually be in it. So we're really just playing lesser, if that's possible, lesser versions of ourselves.
Well, how do you give yourself a note? Do you have to like step outside and be like, dude, you sucked out there? You got to bring the heat? You have to talk to yourself, look in a mirror? How do you direct yourself?
I basically just stare in a mirror and like cut myself and just, you're better than this, you're better than this.
That is good.
What's your technique?
I just watch you cutting yourself and make myself feel better, honestly.
Now this episode that's airing right now, this is a Christmas special. Now I would think that with a show like this, you would have like a Halloween special. So why do a horror Christmas episode?
Well, I mean, I think a Halloween special would have just been predictable. So
Sure.
I think the fact that we're doing a Christmas special made it really fun. And because the show is very much like a traditional sitcom, we sort of played with the traditional sitcom Christmas special. Like we get snowed in, we start reminiscing about how we met, but the sort of twist is that there's a deranged serial killer on the loose named the Christine Kringle Tingler, which is sort of a take on Silent Night, Deadly Night.
Right.
But also this episode is very different from the average episode of the show in that it's actually quite sentimental. And when we first started screening it for people, a few people started crying, which I think the network was a little worried about that. They're like,
You made people cry? You got that kind of raw emotion in this show?
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That is an accomplishment. I think the only time I've ever cried watching a sitcom is during 2.5 Men. But that was for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
Now, the show's super successful. You guys are getting a lot of attention for it. Is this like the most attention you've gotten for a project so far?
I don't know. What would you say? That's kind of hard.
I think it's kind of weird because we both have films that are out there and stuff, but it's a different level of audience, I guess. We have a much bigger demographic of older women, I guess you could say.
Okay.
The older women are digging us.
Yeah. Turn it on.
Hi, Grandma. But it's just a different audience, Like there's the hardcore horror fans that we were hoping that would come over and watch a show like this because we made it for you. But more importantly, we wanted to get out there and show the comedy world that this is a legitimate sitcom. And more fans that we've been getting on the show are not horror fans; they're just fans of that kind of formula. So we're slowly infiltrating the masses. Paul.
Well, speaking about that, like you guys actually have a special announcement, right? Because your show is going to now be even seen more, right? right? Is it going to be? I heard it's going to be on Hulu. Is that?
Yes. As of yesterday, the show is now officially available on Hulu free.
That's awesome.
The entire first season.
I like
our Christmas
free.
present to you, and also the holiday Christmas special will also be on Hulu after, I believe, the same day that it premieres on FEARnet as well.
Okay, now let me ask you guys a question. You guys are horror guys. What is the best Christmas horror movie? Is there one that sticks out to you that you really?
Oh man, there's too many. I mean, there's Gremlins and Rare Exports.
I forget that Gremlins is like a Christmas movie, like a horror Christmas movie.
Yeah, that Phoebe Cates speech is arguably one of the most terrifying things ever committed to film about Christmas.
Oh, it's amazing. That is a dark movie. All right, so we got this. Are you guys gonna be directing any more films? Is that what's going on in that world with you guys?
Well, I still have a movie that's supposed to be coming out called Knights of Badassdom.
Okay.
Hoping for 2013. And then I have an action movie called Everly that's coming out, and Adam has a couple things as well.
Let's see. Well, Hatchet 3 is going to be coming out this spring, which I did not direct this one. I just wrote and produced it.
So you're behind it?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm behind it. I think directing 2 Hatchet movies is enough for anybody.
I got
it. Including the audience.
Yeah.
And I also have a documentary that I'm doing with urban artist Alex Pardee, who's one of my favorite
artists. I love
artists.
Alex Pardee. His stuff is amazing.
Yeah, we're doing
over at Gallery 1988.
We're doing a thing called Digging Up the Marrow about monsters. And then I have a project with Chris Columbus in 1492 called
Please, I was going to say
Pizza.
you got to do a Home Alone. They got to do a horror Home Alone. No, but what are you going to do?
It's not
even better.
It's called Killer Pizza, and it's about kids fighting monsters. It's sort of like Goonies, Monster Squad type animal.
With a little Mystic Pizza rolled in there too.
Yeah, so hopefully there's going to be some news about that in the coming months. But
we just got little news right now. This is great. That's an exclusive. I give you guys exclusives. Big hand to Joe Lynch, Adam Green. The Holliston Christmas special premieres on December 18th on FEAR.net. Still ahead, Weston Scott brings a touch of much-needed class to the joint when he makes his very own moonshine. So stick around.
Do you want to be a part of the Attack of the Show finale? Then grab a video camera and tell us in your own words what you'll miss most about AOTS. If you're lucky, we might even show your video on the last episode. Email your video to mayorofg4@g4tv.com.
All the news you need to know.
Top stories, Xbox Live just got a ton of new content after Microsoft announced today that they will be adding more than 40 apps to the service. Most of the apps won't be available for at least a couple of weeks, but there are a few that you can download immediately, starting with SkyDrive, a social app that lets you view and upload photos and videos to Microsoft's cloud. Other notable additions include a free-to-download karaoke game and a ton of standalone apps for media outlets like MTV, Vimeo, Machinima, and CNET. You can check out the entire list for yourself at MajorNelson.com. And Twitter released its list of the top trending topics for 2012, and here are a few highlights. The most retweeted message of the year and in the history of the network was President Obama's message after his re-election that simply read, 4 more years. Meanwhile, the Summer Olympics was the most tweeted about event, and celebrities like Steve Carell and Patrick Stewart were just a few of the many notable people who joined Twitter's ranks. The year also saw a bunch of Twitter firsts, like the first tweet from the bottom of the ocean and the first tweet from Mars. What can I say? It's been a hell of a year. And finally, if you still don't know what to buy that nerd friend of yours for the holidays, you gotta check this out. An eBay seller has created a ton of vintage-styled action figures based on characters from some of our favorite films, like this awesome action figure of Martin Riggs from Lethal Weapon. There are characters from tons of different movies like Taxi Driver, Jaws, Alien, and Dawn of the Dead, just to name a few. And most of the figures are available for only $40 and come in custom-made packaging. I highly recommend checking them out for yourself at stores.ebay.com/oldcolonyhobbies. I am Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed.
Whoa. Hey, Sarah, be careful, okay?
What?
That melon was just talking to you right there.
Oh. But
The mic wasn't on.
It wasn't on.
Yes.
Should we do? Let's do this again. Okay, here we go. All right, we have a funny skit. Trust me.
Whoa, Sarah! Be careful.
Yeah?
You want to do it one more time? Do it one more time. Do it one more time.
Okay, all right, here we go. It's very funny. It's worth it. I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed.
What did you say, Vato?
What? Who are you?
Oh, Sarah,
What?
be very careful, okay? What are you doing here, man?
I'm not going nowhere, Holmes. This is my turf now. Get out of here. Andale. Before I cut you into rosettes and use you as a garnish.
All right, what the hell is going on?
Okay, you don't know what you're messing with, okay? This is a very dangerous melon, okay? So let's just go. Come on.
All right.
Not her, Essay. The chica stays with me.
I am so sorry. Bye-bye.
Oh, great, you're a real gentleman, Paul, you jerk. Leave me
I'm
in
a
this
huge fan, by the way.
Oh.
Now, read from the teleprompter. Nice and slow.
Okay. Apparently, Weston Scott learned nothing from Boardwalk Empire's body count because this week he's making his own moonshine in Tennessee, naturally. Is that good?
That's nice.
White Lightning, Hooch, Mountain Dew, Moonshine. It's been called many names, and its illegal history has made them all popular. But now times have changed, but its popularity hasn't. Welcome to Old Smoky, Tennessee's first legal moonshine.
Using a 100-year-old family recipe to produce traditional corn whiskey, Old Smoky Distillery is the first federally licensed moonshine distillery in Tennessee.
Cars like this 1940s Ford Coupe Deluxe were used during running times to haul moonshine through the Appalachian Mountains. Now, this vehicle was great because it had a flathead V8 engine that could outrun most agents' cars or the police. This basically is what gave birth to NASCAR. Now, Jason, we got 5 tanks in here right now?
Absolutely. These are our fermentation tanks. These tanks will hold about 750 gallon of mash. What happens in this process is the mash is fermenting. As it ferments, it gives off 2 different products, which is a CO2 gas and alcohol. It'll stay in here about 3 to 5 days. It's ready to go in the still. This is the fermentation stage. This is where all the alcohol is made.
So, how long is it going to cool in this tank?
It'll cool in this tank 3 to 5 days.
All right, let's check out the still.
All right. This is the last stage of the product. What happens here, we want to bring the alcohol to a boiling point of somewhere around 175.
Okay.
That way, you don't boil the water, you boil the alcohol. The alcohol rises as vapor and crosses into our thump barrel. The thump barrel is like it's just like the steel, kind of, but it's heated by the vapor that's coming across. It'll drop any impurities, you know, any water that might attach and come over.
Then it goes what? Start cooling?
Comes into the worm. What happens in the worm is the alcohol is a vapor and it starts into that worm and hits the cold water. As it hits the cold water, it cools down back to liquid.
So now this is the last step of the process.
This is the last step. This is the final product.
Once it goes from here, it goes right to the bottling, correct?
Right to the bottling.
Next thing, quality control. Let's go do some tasting.
Let's go taste.
Joe, what are we going to start off with first?
Well, we're going to start out with our corn whiskey. This is a product that our families have been making here in the Smokies for about 200 years.
Wow.
And it's the product that I'm most proud of.
With the moonshine, I would expect it to be a little harsh.
Right.
Very smooth all the way through. In the end, I'm starting to get a little bit of the sweets, a little bit of the caramel taste from the corn. That's great.
Well, thank you.
Actually, just making sure it's really good.
Moonshine cherry's always been a favorite. And so these are cherries that are soaked in our 100 proof moonshine, and then the cherries soak it up. So I can't tell you exactly. I can't tell you exactly how much alcohol content is in each cherry, but I can tell you at least what we started with.
That is the most powerful cherry I've ever had. Holy that's pretty strong, brother. I imagine the juice from this would make a very fun and interesting Shirley Temple.
Our brand, Old Smoky, started with apple pie. A lot of hard work has gone into this recipe. It's probably the most easily embraced. Apple pie, just the name says a lot about America, and
Americana
moonshine.
in general,
Moonshine fits right in there with it.
That's perfect. That tastes like somebody just squeezed a little bit of apple pie right in there. This is very well balanced. You get enough of the moonshine taste in there that makes you want to take that second sip. If you guys want to try something different over your vodkas, your whiskeys, your scotches and stuff, check out Old Smoky, Tennessee's first legal moonshine. You won't be sorry. Well, I've had a great day at Old Smoky, and you know what? I'm going to take advantage of it being legal right now. Let's just hope it fits on the plane. Be a happy captain if it doesn't.
Thanks, Weston. Stay tuned. The super funny Nick Kroll will be here live.
There's a brand new sketch comedy show coming out, which makes a lot of sense because he's incredibly sketchy. Please welcome Nick Kroll. Welcome, Nick. Nick, welcome. Welcome, Nick. People don't realize we have we filled the entire audience with Nick Kroll fans today. We have 1,000 people out here.
We got all of them.
Yeah, so that's an exclusive look at your show.
Exclusive.
Exclusive. You brought it here first.
Thanks for having me, Paul.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, your show, now that last sketch there, how did you guys do that, actually? Is that on Skype? Did you
no, it's me and Chelsea Peretti, very funny comedian, and we set up 2 cameras in 2 different rooms and just shot it, and just basically improvised for like an hour or so.
So now you improvise.
Yeah, we do improv.
What's that like?
Well, Paul,
you go in like this is you go in there and you get like a suggestion of a song title. What do you do?
Well, that's a short form improv. I mean, we're on a television show together called The League.
I don't watch that show.
Oh,
yeah, I don't.
Okay, well, because you're one of the characters on it, so
I
it's
just I don't like football. Well, so I don't think I would like it.
Right. It's about a lot of stuff. It's not just about football.
So if I'm not a fan of fantasy football, I can like The League.
Yeah, you can like it.
Who do you play?
I play a character named Ruxin.
And who do I play?
You play a character named Andre.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I like that.
It's a very exotic name. Yeah.
So you got 2
I really
shows.
like your talk show personality, by the way.
I'm just trying to have fun. I'm trying to keep it loose. Trying to keep it ultra cash.
Yeah.
Now, you started doing comedy. These actually are chairs from the Whoopi Goldberg talk show.
Oh, man.
They're real comfy. You get real lost in them.
Yeah, I like them a lot.
Yeah, get it and feel it.
Find like an old joint in the corner.
That's from when Wiz Khalifa visited.
Yeah, bro.
Boom.
Dude.
So,
Paul Scheer, 4 for 4.
Nick, I won't do another one because that's where I stop.
Okay.
So the Kroll Show comes out, and now you have like awesome people that have been on this show.
I can't get comfortable in this chair.
No, it's
I feel
super
like I
comfortable.
keep sliding down into it.
You will get sucked in. It's the quicksand of chairs.
Okay, great.
That's how you end the interview. You get sucked into the cushion.
Little straw popping out the top.
Jamie Kennedy is actually still in one of these chairs. We got to pull him out. Eventually, we're going to get him out of there. I've actually gotten to see a bunch of the Kroll Show, and it's great. It's but you do a bunch of like reality kind of parodies on there as well.
Yeah,
right?
we have me and Jenny Slate have these 2 publicists named Liz, and we have a reality show called Publicity, and that spins off into a number of different shows. Andy Milonakis, it plays my son in a thing. John Mulaney and I work together a lot on it. Hannibal Buress.
Now, if I have TV, I can watch this show.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's also on the internet. You can watch it in any number of formats.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Holidays are coming up. I know you're a big fan of holidays.
I love the holidays.
Are you going to be home for the holidays?
No, but I'm going to watch the movie Home for the Holidays.
I love it. Holly Hunter is the best.
How do you feel about Holiday Hunter, though?
Holiday Hunter? I don't like it. I don't like it It's the most dangerous game is hunting Holly Hunter during the holidays. I hunch humans.
I heard she fired a music supervisor so she could hire Everlast to do her show.
Well, you have actually, you are now, in addition to writing and producing your show, aren't you producing a movie with Martin Short?
I am. I'm doing a new movie. It's called Long Story Short. And it's a body switching movie with Martin Short and Howie Long.
Ooh, I like that.
And Martin Short is a longshoreman and Howie Long is a short story writer. And they switch bodies. So then Howie Long is a longshoreman and Martin Short's a short story writer, and they're both like, you know what? This kind of makes sense.
That sounds,
So they just stay in their own bodies, the new bodies.
I'm very excited to see that. Now, talk to me about your fragrance line. Do you have a fragrance?
I do have a new fragrance coming out. It's called Oof.
And what is it?
Ladies come up and they go, oof. And I go, that's right.
I like that.
Yeah, it's pig urine.
And that's 100% pure pig urine, right?
Yeah, it is 100% grass-fed pig urine.
And that's what I like about you. You keep ecologically sound.
Of course, of course, of course. What about you? What kind of projects do you have coming up?
Well, right now I am working on just some very exciting things. My first rap album.
Really? What's it called?
It's called Hop.
Really?
Yeah.
Anything to do with the movie, Hop?
Yeah, the Easter Bunny movie. Yeah, with Russell Brand. Yeah. It's all songs inspired by the Russell Brand Easter Bunny movie Hop.
Nice.
So, what's up? Russell Brand is Easter Bunny. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to leak tracks.
No, we'll see it when it all drops.
It's all collaborations with Chris Brown.
That's great.
It's been a terrifying experience. The recording studio has been horrible.
I'm sure, but I think out of that, a lot of really beautiful.
It's frightening to me.
I'm also working on I'm re-upping the TV show Living Single.
Oh my God, really?
We're bringing all the cast back together, yeah.
I love that show because it was about two things that I'm familiar with, which is like living and being single in the city with a bunch. I mean, for me, it spoke to me.
For a 90s kind of girl.
That's who I am. Now, that was not the show. Is that Tisha Campbell? Was she in that show?
No, she wasn't. That was a Queen Latifah joint.
I love it. Queen Latifah, best movie, go. I would say the one with Steve Martin.
Yeah, I would say that's. I would say that's the one that I know as well.
Now, back to Always Sunny in Philadelphia. That is your show.
That is the show that I'm on. You're on as well.
Okay, so you own a fantasy sports team?
Yeah.
Okay.
I own a team just that collaborates all different fantasy sports.
I love this.
It's really exciting. This is, I hope, the part of the interview that they cut out. Do they cut it out? Do you guys cut out any parts of the interview?
It's live. It's live. Nick, it's live.
Nope.
Nick?
Not for me.
It's live.
Not for me, it's not.
Nick, it's live.
I'm editing this in my head later.
It's live.
It's live?
We got 17 more minutes.
All right.
So we're gonna we're gonna go real slow.
Great.
We'll
slow it all down. Here, what were we talking about?
We're talking about
fantasy sports.
Working with Chad Ochocinco.
Oh, yeah.
Now he's a great man. He's a great lover of women.
He did the league when we were in Vegas, and he came to set with 4 cell phones.
He carried a brick of basically a cell phone sandwich.
Yeah.
He had one for tweeting, one for phone calls, and one for business. I wanted someone to tell him that they have one phone that could do all of that thing. He didn't need.
But none of us would.
No, you don't want to tell him anything.
No.
He's a big, intimidating man.
He's a sweet guy.
A very sweet guy. What was your fondest memory?
I think seeing pictures of him either in the casino at 5 or 6 in the morning, or when he tweeted, we were shooting on the floor of where the Jordanian prince was staying.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh snap! On the same floor as the Jordanian prince."
And within minutes, hotel security raced to us. Like, you got to take that tweet down. You got to, because it was a secret thing. It's
it was a secret thing.
You can't broadcast that the Jordanian prince is at the
just
MGM
have a
Grand.
TV show film on the same floor. That's smart.
which was great for that's where they got the plot for Homeland. Spoiler alert.
Really?
If you're not caught up to it. Let me just ask
Not the plot for Home Alone.
No.
Very different.
I love Home Alone.
Yeah? What's your favorite moment in Home Alone?
The paint can moment where he has all those paint cans and it hits Joe Pesci in the head. Joe Pesci's best work since Easy Money. Now, it says here on this card, Nick Kroll.
What is that? What? Yeah, okay.
I just wanted you to know.
Yeah, I know, I appreciate that.
All right, I'm going to ask you a couple just make or break questions.
Okay. Make or break in what regard?
That this will be if I follow you on Twitter or if I don't.
Okay.
If I follow you.
I'm nervous.
What kind of nut? Almond or cashew?
Almond. Oh, cashews are good too.
Yeah, right? Solid.
I had to tell you what I don't like is a pecan.
I hate pecans.
Walnuts, I don't like it.
No, it's too much.
Makes your teeth feel weird.
Yeah, I don't like those nuts at all. They're
Keep
too,
nuts out of my cookies.
Do you have like a... I want you to...
And that is an anti-gay marriage stance.
I was going to say, we don't like to get political, but yeah, keep the nuts out of the cookies. Thanks to Nick Kroll. The Kroll Show premieres. Kroll Show premieres January 16th on Comedy Central. You can catch all new episodes of The League back-to-back the next 2 weeks on FX, starting at 10:30.
Yeah.
What did you call me?
Uh-oh. Nick, this has got to be kidding me, man.
I'm not kidding no one, Holmes. You called me an FX.
No, did not call you an FX. As a cable channel, you're sounding more and more stereotypical every time we talk to you.
And is this part of the interview?
This?
You better shut your friend up before I turn him into a fruit salad.
Oh, boy.
Okay, well, could I have a question, though? Isn't cantaloupe is a major part of fruit salad, so...
I guess he's going to make a human fruit salad.
Is that what it is?
Just
then
don't
call it a
insult him.
human salad.
I mean, he doesn't know what he's making.
It was a misnomer. Sorry.
Cantaloupe is the worst part of fruit salad.
Oh, dude, watch your
filler.
mouth.
It's the filler.
Watch your mouth,
It's the filler.
man.
It's hard
It's not
and it's weird.
a filler.
That's all right. Honeydew is.
Yeah, man. Let's go beat up some honeydews.
Okay, I'm into it.
All right. Don't go anywhere because if you do, you'll miss DVDuesday. And that would be a tragedy.
On the next Attack of the Show. Pull out your pocket protectors. The Big Bang Theory's Melissa Rauch drops by the studio live. Then Weston Scott heads to the Jack Daniels distillery to sample the Tennessee goodness. And Devin Faraci, Jeff Cannata, and Alex Albrecht break down The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey. See it Thursday. Welcome back, film expert Chris Gore.
Thank you. Cool.
I got one cheer.
You almost got it going.
Let's just hop into this. What's up first?
Ted! Let's talk about Ted.
All right. Do you think Seth MacFarlane did a good job with his live-action directorial debut?
He did an amazing job. I mean, this is the best movie about a kid who gets a talking teddy bear for Christmas that ends up being a raunchy comedy. I mean, it's the best in that genre. And what's cool is that Seth MacFarlane directs it, but he plays Ted.
Yeah.
So you see him in this kind of, it's a weird sort of mocap costume where he's acting off stage, which really helped the actors.
He's actually in a mocap?
He's in a mocap, like on stage while they're doing the scenes, and he plays Ted. So it's cool that you hear like him doing the voice of Ted, and there's a lot of things that Ted does. He gets in a lot of trouble. One of the best scenes too is Sam Jones is actually in the movie. You know, from one of the greatest films ever, Flash Gordon, with the Queen soundtrack, and he becomes an integral character in it. Mark Wahlberg's character is inspired by Flash. Come on, Flash! Everyone remembers the Queen. They even use the Queen music, so it's cool that that's a running thread in it. But I think it's one of the top R-rated comedies of all time, and a blast.
Okay, what else is on the disc?
There's a commentary track, which is great. I have to say, I really admire Seth MacFarlane. This is a guy who's got some balls with his opinions about stuff, and the commentary is great. Tons of behind the scenes, and just the Ted character is hilarious.
Okay, so what's the bottom line?
Bottom line, buy it. Great comedy.
Right. We start off with the buy, ladies and
raunchy
gentlemen.
comedy.
Start with the buy. What's our next DVD?
It's the Bourne Legacy.
Now, what is your thought on the Bourne series rebooting with a new cast?
I like it. I mean, Ed Norton is kind of the nemesis in this. Jeremy Renner, of course, is the new Bourne, Jason Bourne in a sense. What's cool about it is...
I like the old Bourne.
Well, I mean, I think that what's cool about Jeremy Renner is he has the same physicality as Matt Damon. I mean, he can do all those stunts. There's an insane motorcycle chase.
Yeah.
What's cool is the the stunts and whatnot, they don't look digital. I mean, it looks like all that stuff is really happening, and it is. And Jeremy Renner, I look on this as like, look, if you're a fan of superhero stuff, this is like the Hawkeye movie. This is the Hawkeye movie, right? It's like this is the forgotten prequel to the Avengers, right? Just look at it that way. But it's also...
I like this. I think I like the others better.
Well, yeah, but I mean, if you're gonna reboot, Jeremy Renner really fills the shoes. He's good. He's good in it. I liked him in it. I thought he did a great job.
Okay.
He needs to get. Yeah.
So what's the bottom line?
Bottom line is rent it. It's worth seeing.
Yeah, I'd say rent. It's definitely worth seeing.
Jeremy Renner's fantastic.
I think you have a crush on Jeremy Renner.
No, I like Hawkeye.
Okay. What else do you have to check out?
Girls, the complete first season.
Now, people seem to have pretty strong feelings for or against this show. Are you a fan? What do you think?
Well, it depends on what kind of fan. Because you could be a fan of the show in the sense that you like the show, or you could be a fan of the show in the sense that you love to hate the show. I'll tell you more about that later, but this is Lena Dunham.
Later on.
I'll get when I get to the verdict, but it's Lena Dunham is the lead in this. It's basically Sex in the City for the hipster generation.
It's a little raunchy.
It's a little raunchy. It's a little raunchy. I'm not going to go into detail. Use your imagination. No, use your imagination as you watch these scenes with Lena Dunham. But I mean, she does a really good job in this. But I am a fan of watching. It's one of those things where it's like I'm a fan of not liking the show.
Why?
I have to say, because it's so much fun to complain about.
I've seen a couple of these episodes. I haven't seen the whole season, but I really liked it.
Well, it's fun.
Is it because I'm a girl?
Yeah, it's probably because you're a girl and I'm not a girl, and that's why. I think this is trying to appeal to girls.
Okay.
I think the show's trying to appeal to girls, but I do like watching the show and complaining about it.
It's called Girls?
Yes.
All right, what's the bottom line?
It's pass.
Oh,
it's pass.
We got a quick pick in here.
Oh, we do have a quick pick.
Yeah.
That's right.
Show me.
It's Funny or Die, and you're going to see your favorites: Paul Scheer, Ben Stiller, Adam West, John C. Reilly, Robbie, Tom Lennon is in this.
Whoa.
Bruce Wayne's doctor, Will Ferrell, Rob Riggle, all the greats.
That's fun. Can I borrow this?
Yes.
Thank you. Thanks, Chris. For more Gore, check out his Pod Crash podcast on iTunes.
Wow. Look at me. I'm on the cover of a DVD.
So cute.
Look at that.
Little hat.
I didn't even know they made this.
And look, my nails are painted.
Yeah, nice nails.
Thank you.
I disagree. I'm going to re-rate the movies. I would say not pass on Bourne. Watch Girls.
You would do pass on Bourne?
I'm going to pass on it.
Okay.
Who cares? Sticking with the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Respect.
What he did.
Thank you to Chris Gore, Nick Kroll, Weston Scott, Joe Lynch, Adam Green, and Sarah Underwood, Candace Bailey.
Paul Scheer, thank you for being here.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. It was so much fun.